Alright, Danny Lightning back with another CSR2 video. We're going to look at the Rocket Bunny, RX-7 Rocket Bunny for live racing today, if my screen recorder is not causing me to lag too bad. And I'll show you how to shift this car to get the best times. So you're going to hold down the gas until number 2, until you hear the second ding. You're going to let go of the gas. You're going to shift slightly early in the second, and then get perfect shifts from there on out, okay? Early? Nope. I missed that early shift. The lag got me a little bit. And here we're going to run it out. We're not going to shift. If I would have got the first shift correctly, I should have ran an 11.9. But as you'll see, I ran a 12.1, and I was still able to win, luckily. So this guy wants a rematch. Let's try and do it right this time. And hit that 11.9. Now when you're supposed to shift that close to the finish line, I don't do my last shift. I just let it run out, because I'll actually lose time. Early shift, perfect shift, and I'm going to let this one run out. And I just lost. See what my time was. A 12.072. I believe the lag from the screen recorder caused me to run a little slower, but I should have ran a time similar to this guy. 12.0 something is still not bad. That's still a good run. But a really good run is an 11.9. Alright, let's move on to the next person. I do wish I could afford a really nice phone, as I wouldn't have to deal with this lag. But it is what it is. So let's try and race somebody else. I don't like racing the other RX-7s because a lot of times you'll have one that's tuned down and it beats you by like half a second. It's basically, it'll run half a second faster than the dyno time should be. I get a lot of that with those RX-7s for some reason. But a lot of them do run around the dyno time. Dyno time on mine is around 11.9. So you should be running 11.9-ish. 11.9s to 12.0 should be about where you run with this. Alright, let's try and get that 11.9 on this time. I do feel the lag pretty bad, so I'm expecting to not get it, to tell you the truth. Alright. Nope. I did not hit that early shift. Perfect shift, and I'm going to let this one run out. And I'm lucky I still won. That lag always screws me up on the first shift for some reason when I run this screen recorder. And I got a low 12.0, so that was still a really good run. If I would have got that early first shift, I might have actually got the 11.9. Let's hit another one. And I bet this is recording the cartoons playing in the background. So if I upload this to YouTube, I'm going to get a bunch of copyright infringements, I would imagine. Just because something's faint in the background, they like to do that. So this guy I can't connect to because I keep tapping race and I couldn't race it. They really need to fix these connection issues. Let's try this T5 car. Don't know what it is, but we're going to race it.
Okay, this is a little embarrassing. You tell me. Excuse me, sir. You better have a little something stuck to
I wonder if when this plays back, if you'll be able to see the lag or not. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. That was really bad. I just lost this race. I let go of the gas too early. and I shifted it. For some reason, if I let go of the gas too early, it shows that the RPMs drop to where it should be a perfect start, but all of a sudden then it goes brrr, and the RPMs go down to 0, and I get a terrible start. So, getting a perfect start seems to be a bad thing on this car because it's not a perfect start at all. And that was the example of what happens when you do get what should have been a perfect start. So don't let go too early or it'll screw you over like that. It lagged there at the beginning and I let go a little too early. So better luck this time, right?
We could attempt to pawn me off with a cheap replacement.
Let's go with this guy. Since I have lag, I'm probably going to lose, but I can usually beat these cars. I think the lag is going to get me on this one. I gotta try not to let go of the gas too soon this time. Alright. Early shift, perfect shift, perfect shift. Now as long as I hit the launch button at a good time, this should be an 11.9 run right there. Nope, 12.000. Close enough. So even with that little bit of lag, that turned out really good. Next victim, next victim. This is a good example of why I really like this car.
Man, this place is scary. Is that really her bedroom? It's a dump. Literally. It's really
Go with this
sad.
Mustang. See if he wants to race. That's my other favorite car for live racing. But the way I need to shift this car, the way the Mustang shifts, the HPE 750, if I have any lag at all, I get a terrible run because you have to do a really early shift and you have to time it just right. So unfortunately I can't record live racing with that because the lag gets me every time. Then I run like 3 or 4 tenths of a second too slow. Oh, perfect shift, perfect, perfect. And I'll run this one out. And I still won. Alright. Here we got the 11.9. That's weird. Usually when I run all perfect shifts, I never hit 11.9s. I don't know, I'm going to say it's something to do with the lag. I always shift early on the first shift. So when I shift in the second, it's always an early shift. I try and get it slightly before it hits the red line. And that almost always gives me an 11.9.
I'm sorry. It's just really hard to maneuver a long pole. Looks like she's fun. Happy? Sad.
Okay, where is my next victim? Let's do the Shax car. You know what? Every once in a while, I actually have one of these Shax cars beat me, so that might actually be a good car. I don't know. I've never really used mine much. I've never live raced with it, I should say. Here's a good car. These are awesome little cars right here. I would like to have this. I would love to have one of these, and I would love to have one of those Ferrari F40s. And he refused. Let's try. Nope. He disappeared. Well, he went to busy, I should say, not disappeared. A purple starred RX-7. Okay, it doesn't show purple stars up here, so that was a glitch. That's not actually a purple starred car. Let's try this T5 McLaren here. What is this, the 670, I think? McLaren 670? McLaren something. Let's go with this Honda NSX. Is this a Honda or is this an Acura? Because the NSX was always made by Acura, if I remember correctly. But in this game, it uses Honda parts, not Acura parts. I'm almost positive the NSX was an Acura. I mean, they're the same company. Let's try this guy, whatever it may be. A Venom, alright, let's race the Venom. Can we beat the Venom GT? I bet we can. I bet we can. I bet we can beat him easy. A little too early. Too early. Perfect shift. And I'm going to let this one run out since it's so close to the finish line when it redlines. Now that was probably a bad run. I bet I got an 11.2. I mean a 12.2. No, I still got a 12.0 something. Guess it wasn't that bad after all. He ran 12.196. I seem to have a much easier time live racing the T4 cars than the T5 cars. I never win this many with the T5 cars I bring in here. Now I don't have too many T5 cars that are really leveled up. I think I have two. One's leveled up real high and it gets destroyed every time. The other one just kind of does okay. I've got a Porsche and a Ferrari. Neither of them seem to be that great for live racing. But my Rocket Bunny and my RX-7 Rocket Bunny and my Mustang HPE 750 both do really, really, really good in live racing. Now each car does seem to have a sweet spot where if you tune it, just gets to just the perfect tune, it does even better in live racing. Alright. Oh. Now that guy is a cheater, I think. Maybe not. You can see that lag right there for sure. He was not a cheater, alright? Maybe that was just the lag. Or maybe he just had a higher 0 to 60 time. But sometimes you'll, like I said, you'll get these RX-7s that do run way faster than they should, and usually those ones take off like that. So that was not a cheater.
My dad eats trespassers.
Cheaters find a way to manipulate their cars to run a much faster time than they should run by doing some kind of weird tune. Now, when I was trying to beat the Prestige Cup with this car, I spent like 2 hours messing with the tune just to get it to beat Dino so I could win the Prestige Cup. But I tuned it back to normal after I was done. And I never did beat that Prestige Cup. I got all to the very last race. I mean, he was running like a... What was he running? Like a 12.8.32. I was running like a 12.8.62. I could not beat him. I spent hours racing that car trying to win. I was not able to get him. So I went back to my normal tune that runs about the same time as Dino. It's not really right when you go into a race and somebody's beating Dino by huge amounts and just crushes you. That's why we tuned it back to normal. Ooh, look at that, look at that. Oh, I think I got it. I love those close races like that, man. They get you up on the edge of your seat. That was a really good race. Alright. Well, I'm out of gas, so I'm going to cut this video off. So this is definitely a really good live racing car. When you get the 11.9-ish dyno times, this thing really seems to shine, as long as you can figure out how to hit your dyno with it. Alright. Now, when I first got this car, it wasn't even close to hitting dyno, but as I upgraded it with new parts and stuff, it eventually got to the point where it would hit really close to dyno pretty easy. I believe my dyno time is actually 11.920, 922, something like that. 11.92 something. And I can usually hit 11.98, 11.97. Now in the live racing, I have a little bit harder time getting the 11.9s, but I usually run an 12.0. Sometimes I'll hit the 11.9. Once I figured out that slightly early shift on when I shift into second, it seems like I hit 11.9s more often. And if I didn't have the lag from the screen recorder, I was hitting 11.9s almost every time after I figured that out. So that seems to be the trick for this car, is an early shift into second, perfect shift, and the very last shift, a perfect shift, depending on how close it is to the finish line. Alright, if you're as close to the finish line as I am when you have to do that last shift, I would test it out both ways. Alright, if you do that last shift, see if that gives you better time than letting it run out and not actually do the last shift. I hope that makes sense. I mean, I'm sure you realize what I'm saying, because I don't do the last shift on this because it's so close. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, just watch what I just did again, and I'm sure you'll get it. Alright, see ya.
Let's be brave together.